As spawning in the top right corner of Sanctuary 3, we have the South Korean Protoss player. We have the Red Protoss representing Streamer Zone. It is NightMare. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the Blue Protoss player. The Blue Protoss himself representing Virtus Pro. It is Classic. So let us go as we are getting into our fresh series here. We're getting into our best of 5, and welcome to Sanctuary 3. Hey, we just spoke about this. We just spoke about Phoenix Wars, and when it comes to Phoenix Wars, they are a lot more common on maps like this. So Ram coming into the natural base on both sides. This is where Phoenix Wars can be more viable and can be more possible as well. But what I will say, even if that's the case, amongst the Korean Protoss players, they do not enjoy it. So even players like Hero and Classic, whenever we do enter like a Stargate versus Stargate start, they are very quick to transition out of Stargate play and into Blink. Very, very quick to do so. For now though, again, players are incentivized to be more economic and more greedy. So gate expand setup here by Classic. So far, 1 gas, we'll keep an eye on Classic. Meanwhile, NightMare going for the high ground setup instead. Okay, with this, there's a higher chance we do open up 2 gates instead, and NightMare can react with a 1 base all in. So eyes are on NightMare. There it is, 2 gate opener. So NightMare can be, or he is going to be the aggressor. Classic confirms the initial 2 gate opener. Now, Classic can respond to this with a delayed Nexus. It would be risky to go for that faster Nexus himself. Even though he wanted to do that, now that he's seen the build of choice from NightMare, it would be very risky. He's going for it. Okay. So gate expand, a greedy build here from Classic. And NightMare did go for a late scout. True. So late probe scout here by NightMare after the 2 gate, after the cyber core. So cyber scout here from NightMare. When NightMare confirms what's going on, again, he'll have the option to 1 base all in. We'll have the option. Pokes up the ramp. Confirms. Oh, I forgot he's he's also a diva enjoyer. God damn it. Stalker Adept setup here. We do have the 2nd pylon in the main base. We'll keep an eye on the 3rd pylon placement. Gets a 5 probe, does break in, does pull out. And you can see the probe intentionally veering off. Yep, we're setting up for the proxy. 3rd pylon in the main. Now, I will say that it's very obvious if we go for a 1 base all in, and Classic, he knows this, and Classic is going for a defensive robo. So very good call here by Classic. He's assuming that NightMare is going to try to all in him, so Classic getting a safety battery here on the high ground, and robo into Immortal production. Meanwhile, there is a 3rd gateway, so we have confirmation it's a 1 base all in, but Classic was already assuming that was going to happen. So already making that assumption. And we'll see if Classic can pull off this defense. Now, it isn't just that Classic is aware of the potential of the 1 base all in, but the map itself is favoring defensive play as well. So the map will be helping Classic. Pylon is now up. Gateways are finishing. 1 base all in will soon arrive. And the Classic has to buy time for the Immortal. He has to buy time. There's still a window here where NightMare can break through. So try to move in. Yeah, tries to move in. So far, the battery putting in a lot of work. Yeah, putting in a lot of work here. NightMare, he's built up to how many? Up to 6 Stalkers already. Again, a heavy Stalker count here due to those fast warp ins. Again, the aggression is bolstered here. But the Immortal has arrived. And the longer this game goes on, the better it is for Classic. He's getting a 3rd battery. 3rd battery's on the way. Getting up to 4. Stalkers, they barely stay out of range of the Immortal. Nice pickoffs. Nice snipes. Gets it up. Gets the Stalker. Gets the Sentry as well. Massive pickoffs. That the range, it's not long enough. He can't reach. The Immortal, his arms aren't long enough. Now getting him to 2 Immortals. Ooh, shields are triggered. Gotta be careful. Has to pull away. The Immortal's gonna be focused down, and the Immortal is gonna fall. Massive pickoff here. 1 Immortal goes down. There's 1 Immortal left. NightMare gets into the natural. And this might just be too much. This might just be too much here. We needed that second immortal. Yeah, 4 probes going down. Battery as well. Prism has arrived. But we should be juggling 2 immortals at this point. Ay, ay, ay. Again, every unit counts. Every unit. Oh. Trying to bait out of shots. Oh, no. Yeah, it does try to. Prism barely gets away. Saves the immortal. Oh, my God. No, no. Yeah, fails to save it in the end. NightMare has done it. Has punished Classic. The 1-base all-in has succeeded. And with that, Classic has nothing left. He's down to 1 immortal. And this just came down to the first immortal dying. That first immortal being sniped, that was game then and there. Now, I say that, Classic, he is trying to buy time in the main base for a second immortal. Sentry's ready for the force field. That's going to be able to shade in. Going to be shading in. Immortal's getting caught out. Massive pickup. The Immortal should not get away. Bit of a misclick there by NightMare, but it's fine. He can misclick. It's okay. Oh, the body blocking. Let's go. Yeah, nice body blocking. Boys are being pulled. And again, the Immortal should not escape. Should not escape. Once again, focus down. GG gets called. And NightMare takes game number 1. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Again, Classic, so far when it came to his build, everything was lining up, but as we mentioned, that first immortal did overextend. When we saw that first immortal get its shield trigger, it was like, oh, we gotta get out. But he stuck around. He stuck around with that immortal, and as soon as that first immortal went down, that was game then and there. Like, again, that was the linchpin of that defense. Classic, he needed to get 2 immortals and that prism up and running at the same time to be able to juggle, micro his units, and shuffle his immortals back and to trade well against the stalkers. But again, losing that first immortal was brutal. GG. GG, well played. With that, NightMare does pull off the 1-base all-in. Now going to be loading game number 2. Game number 2 here. But this is also a really good example of showing what we were trying to emphasize earlier, how 1-base all-ins are stronger than previously because of the faster warp-ins, because of the faster reinforcements. You have so many more stalkers knocking down that front door, and even despite the robo opener, despite the robo follow-up I should say, despite the high ground, despite the batteries, it is still a much more difficult defense here compared to previously. Again, these 1-base all-ins, they hit very hard. And you need a clean defense, Pappy. It needs to be clean. And here we go, spawning in the bottom right hand corner of at Attorney's Edge. We have the South Green Protoss player. We have the Red Protoss representing Streamer Zone, leading the series 1-0. It is NightMare. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have the blue Protoss player. We have the South Green Protoss representing Virtus Pro. It is Classic. Let's go. Let us go. As welcome to at Attorney's Edge. As opposed to Sanctuary 3, there's no ramp. There's no ramp here, so players are not incentivized to go for a gate expand. This time, Classic is going for the high ground setup instead. So again, there's less of a chance here to see that same dynamic. Instead, we can see Classic be the aggressor as opposed to NightMare. Eyes are on Classic, whether we open up 2 gates or not. So far, mirrored builds. We'll look for any deviation when it comes to our build of choice or when it comes to our units of choice as well, whether we open up to double Adept, double Stalker, Stalker Sentry, Stalker Adept, Sentry Expand. Maybe we'll see. We are going to be opening up. There's our 2-gate open from NightMare. Classic. Oh. Okay. Just a little bit late. Yeah, so a little bit messy there when it comes to the build as overall for Classic, but still same build, 2-gate opener, just a bit of a late gateway. Here we're setting up. Hello. As looks like Classic, he will hide his 3rd pylon. Being a little bit cheeky here, going for a fake proxy. Fake pylon. So Classic's trying to force an overreaction. At the same time, again, our eyes are on our first units of choice. Based on the rally there, looking like either double Stalker or double Adept. Okay. And it is double Adept. So again, a much more aggressive start here from NightMare. At the same time, Classic going to be the defender. Double Stalker. The goal here is to catch the Adepts. Meanwhile, NightMare does scout that a pylon is missing. And you can see he's looking for the pylon. And does NightMare overreact? NightMare setting up his third pylon on the low ground, so setting up for the expansion actually. Okay. As he is searching here on the top side. And there it is, third gateway, Jesus. So third gateway, one base all in here from NightMare. NightMare is going to double down, he's going to commit. Meanwhile, Classic's going to expand. The double Adept does scout the expansion. So big scout here from NightMare. And we're getting ready here for the proxy. Ooh, proxy setup. Nice catch on the Adept. Where's the probe? There it is. The proxy pylon's coming in. So again, NightMare is going for the same build. It is going to be hitting a little bit later just because the pylon is going to be delayed, but here's that reinforcing pylon to all in across the map. Let's go. So again, NightMare is rallying. Ooh, he will almost get caught out there. Did already lose one Adept. Classic being dragged out into the open, getting surrounded actually. Better engage for NightMare. Get a massive catch. Stalker will go down. One more shot. Ooh, massive pickoff. And NightMare pulls away. So better trade for NightMare. And again, he's warping in 3 Stalkers at a time. Again, these reinforcements, they hit so fast. So incredibly fast. And the all-in is coming. Batteries are too late. Catching at 1 sentry, getting 1 and getting 2. Please add a couple of Stalkers though. Messy engage. Yeah, messy engage. Losing Stalkers. Batteries, they will finish. Classic is holding. Just as a buy time. Uh-oh. Okay. I assumed that NightMare was going to focus on the weakened Stalker. As he does try to move in. Again, the batteries are now done. Classic is holding the line. Oof, and NightMare, now he expands. Yeah, late expansion for NightMare. NightMare, he admits that he cannot kill. The all-in is failing. Adepts, they have potential though. They failed to shade in. And Classic looking a lot more robust, better economy, stronger army. Catching at the Stalker, nice control. Gets 1, gets 2. Stalkers go down, Adepts, they don't shade into main base, but they do hit the natural. Once again, Classic, very nice force fields. Oh my god, Classic. Calm down. Yeah, locks down the Adepts, massive pickoffs. And again, there's just a lot of pressure on NightMare now. A lot of pressure. As NightMare is just now going to be able to finish up his natural. Looking for another way in. Classic going for the Robo. NightMare going for the Twilight Council. Okay. Now, Classic is very fond of going Immortal into Glaive Adepts. He's very fond of that kind of style. So that's kind of what I'm going to be leaning towards here when it comes to Robo first into a later Twilight Council. Meanwhile, from NightMare, we'll see how he tries to recover in this game. Blink would make the most sense. Glaives has some potential to harass across the map. But again, it is a shaky early game here for NightMare. Shaky. And NightMare is going to blink. Adepts shade into the main base. They get in. Oh, that should not have happened. Getting 1, 2, 3, getting up to 4. Yeah, 4 probes going to be going down. Getting up to 5, 6. Uh-oh. Yeah, 1 more shot. 6 probes. 7. What a mess. Barely. 7 probes go down. Back at home, Immortal production has begun. And again, we are waiting to see the upgrade of choice. We're still waiting. Classic getting a faster third. Okay. Faster than expansion. Again, he cripples the economy. Classic just getting further and further ahead, going into Blink. If we were staying on 2 bases, Glaives would make more sense, but no, Classic is building up into a macro game, into the mid game. So building up the Immortals, going into Blink. Especially after game 1, like Classic is slowing things down. Now, NightMare is not out of this yet. Things are looking rough, things are looking dire, but there are going to be avenues here to try to shade into mineral lines or bypass the main army, blink into the main, for example. There are ways to recover. They're a little bit fewer and farther between, but it is possible. Especially considering that Blink is about to finish. So again, there's that Blink advantage for NightMare. So you can try to out-control, try to out-trade. The pressure is on NightMare. Oof, oh god, no. As Classic gets back in, 4 more probes. Yeah, 4 more workers going down. Force fields forcing the Blink. Adepts are still not done, getting up to 5, getting up to 6. 5. Oh my god. 5 probes falling. Diving on the Immortal, nice force fields, sending back some of the army. Likewise, counter force fields though. 2 Immortals go down. Oh, but the warping is cancelled. Yeah, warping is denied. Classic, better concave. Able to pick off more sentries. Able to catch out some of the stalkers. Pulling back to his 3rd, pulling back to his batteries. And more warpings. Yeah, more warpings, more reinforcements. He had an Immortal. He had an Immortal just chilling. God damn it. Classic. Yeah, GG. GG gets called. The aggression fails, and Classic, he will tie up the series 1-1. GG. Whew. GG, well played again. It was just a really rough position there for NightMare. As you mentioned, he went for the 1-base all-in. When the all-in failed, NightMare, who was just playing from behind, and things got worse when we saw the Adept aggression. We saw so many probes go down to those Adepts. We saw initially it was 6, then we had another 5 workers going down as well, so 11 probe kills in a mirror matchup with a late natural and a late 3rd base as well. So just a very, very rough early game there for NightMare. He was so dedicated to that all-in, with it failing, it all just kind of fell apart. GG. GG, well played. As you mentioned, there were some avenues there, some ways to recover in the game, some ways to come back, but instead we saw Classic popping off, getting into mineral lands and killing probes himself, whereas it needed to be NightMare doing that instead. GG. GG, well played. With that, we're now tied up. We're tied up 1-1. We're loading to game number 3, going to be loading into Rainfall. Let's go. Getting into game 3. And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Rainfall, we have the South Korean Protoss player. We have the Red Protoss. Oh, the Red Protoss himself, representing Streamer Zone, being forced into a tied series. Can he bring it back? It is NightMare. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have the blue Protoss player, the South Korean Protoss, representing Virtus Pro. It is a Classic. Here we go. As we are settling into game number 3, we're currently tied up 1-1, and here we'll be determining who will take a lead in the series. So far we're tied up, and again, it has been a hyper-aggressive series, which is what we expect out of PvPs, and we expect that trend to continue, by the way, especially with the current meta, with the current state. 1-base play, papi. It continues. Whether it succeeds or not, we're here to find out. For now, welcome to Rainfall. Rainfall is a very small map of the map pool. Short rush distance by ground, aggression is favored here, and we'll see how aggressive our players are planning to be. So far, high ground setups for both players, pylon into gate, and we're waiting for an extra gateway into our 2-gate opener. That is what we expect. Those are our expectations. Yep, there it is. 2-gate at NightMare, 2-gate at a Classic. From here, we're waiting to see if we open up double Adept, double Stalker, Stalker Sentry, Stalker Adept, or Sentry Expands. I'll be honest, I have not seen Sentry expand this patch. I don't think it's really viable, to be honest. Like, I feel like it's just too greedy. Considering how favored all Lins are, like in the current patch, I feel like, yeah, Sentry Expand is probably out of the meta. Same with double Sentry Openers. Like, no shot you get away with double Sentry Openers. Like, like that's, yeah, no shot. Hello. As Classic does veer off, and this can be a very committed proxy, actually. Okay, hiding behind the tumors. Shows the pylon. Back at home, NightMare does come in for the scouts. Does get eyes on both pylons. Oh, Classic locks him in. Yeah, locks him in. At the same time, Classic just going for his own scout as well. We'll scout both pylons, no proxies whatsoever. We do see that NightMare is setting up for a natural base. Pylon low ground screams expansion. Classic doing the same. Oh, both players looking to expand. Okay. I see you. They look like they want to expand. A double Sentry confirms that for Classic at least, so with this he'll have hallucination scouts. Classic will be trying to take his Nexus. And so will NightMare. So after all the aggression in Game 1 and Game 2, we're calming things down and both players are going 2-gate into a Nexus. Bam. Base for Classic. NightMare, he scouts first. And then he reacts. Yeah, so NightMare, this is going to be a slightly later expansion just because he was relying on scouting information. Oh, shades into the main, kills one probe, kills two. Okay. Two probes go down, that makes up for it. That makes up for the later expand. And now we can calm down. We can calm things down. Twilight Council here out of NightMare. Working towards Blink. Meanwhile, Classic getting into Immortal production. A safer build out of Classic. So Robo into Immortals. He can maybe harass with a Warp Prism. But it's going to be a much more robust army here for Classic. Much more robust. Likewise, Twilight Council out of NightMare. I think we're going to have a much more tame start. Much more tame compared to Game 1 and Game 2. We're slowing things down, building up. We do see Classic threading shades. He does shade into the vein. Oh, that should not have happened. Aye, that should not have happened. 1, 2, 3, getting up to 4. One more shot. Oh. Ooh, 3. 3 probe kills in the main. At the same time, NightMare threading the same thing. Does thread the same move. Ooh, does not get into the main. NightMare is denied. Oh. And again, Classic is holding. And there it is, Immortal into Glaive Adepts. This is the tried and true here for Classic. Going for a very strong timing. Mass Immortal Glaives. NightMare is going to be in trouble. Nice catch on these Stalkers though. We'll catch 2. 1, 2 Stalkers go down. Blink is revealed. Oof, at the same time, Classic does catch out the initial Adepts, and we have a proxy pylon to reinforce. How many gateways? So far, only 2. Only 2 gates into the Robo, so not too committed here from NightMare. Has built up a heavy Stalker count though, and he can blink directly into the main. Oh. He's going for the main base. Classic's out of position. Here comes the dive. Going for the pylons, and we might even try to... just go for the pylons. Yeah, just going for the pylons. Immortal's exposed. Does go for the blink. There's 2 Immortals to punish, though. Oh my god, the blink! The force field, he locks down 4 Stalkers. Aye. Yeah, 3 Stalkers going down, does link further back, 5 probes do fall. Nice economic damage. True. Nice damage, but so many Stalkers. Yeah, they try to recall back home. Oh, 2 more Stalkers fall. In the end, that was how many? That was 7. 7 Stalkers going down, so some heavy losses there for NightMare. Does escape with a portion of his army and did a lot of economic damage, but remember, this is a 2-base all-in. 2-base all-in, and Classic is not expanding, throwing down extra gateways. Glaive's almost done, and Classic will soon commit across the map. So it's all or nothing. How many Immortals? 3. Soon to be 4 Immortals. Oh my god. It's gonna hit very hard. So 4 Immortals, it's going to be up to 6 gateways. So it's a 2-base 6 gate all in. NightMare, he does trigger the shields on 1. Triggers the shields. This is good though. NightMare is trying to buy time. He's buying time. The best that NightMare can do is just keep the army at home. Keep it busy. Oof. Without losing his Stalkers. Nice catch on the sentry. NightMare pulls away, again just trying to buy time. War Prism is now in production. Classic is coming. Classic is threatening shades. Threatening those shades, a backup pylon behind this. NightMare, does he find them? He does! Very nice catch, getting into the pylons. 1, 2 pylons should go down. Just getting 1. Yeah, just the 1 here. It's going to be quite close. Nice force fields. Again, Classic has a higher immortal count, but the main army here is still lacking. He needs more depths. And that's moving in. Nice force fields. That's what 3 immortals, not adding any DPS. Now trying to move in. And better concave. Yeah, better concave here for Classic. Boys are being pulled into Glaive at Eps. Yeah, that's it popping off. We need another warp in. Ooh, Prism goes down. Massive pick off. Yeah, down goes that Warp Prism. Here come those warp ins, though. They arrive so quickly. And with that, I believe Classic has done it. Yeah, Classic is breaking through. He will lose 1 more immortal down to 2. 2 immortals left. So they do go for the shade. Classic on the immortal. Boys are being pulled into Mass Adept. And with that, Classic snowballs out of control. He breaks through the main army. Again, it was looking a little bit shaky there for Classic, but he just pulls off the all-in, breaks through the main army, takes down 29 probes. We get more warp-ins, more adepts. More adepts. Yeah, shading to the mineral lines. And the main army just cannot engage with the immortals. Not like this. Oof. The damage continues. He's going for the dive. He wants one. And he won't get it. He will not get it. I spoke too soon. There we go. There we go. 1 immortal goes down. There's still 1 left. GG gets called, and Classic will snowball out of control. He will take game number 3, taking a lead in the series. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Classic will take a 2-1 lead. Once again, winding up back here. Classic, he committed into a 2-base all-in, 6 gates set up on 2 bases. Meanwhile, NightMare, he was expanding, he was taking up. He did do some nice economic damage, but the main army was struggling. He needed more time. He failed to snipe those pylons. He did snipe the Warp Prism, which was impressive, but you don't need a Warp Prism. On this patch, all you need is a pylon. All you need is that 1 pylon. We saw some fast warp-ins across the map, and Classic continued with set all-in. GG. GG, well played. Again, I feel like that game also just showcased the strength of the new pylon, and that's why we mentioned that currently PvP is much more aggressive than previously, much more aggressive, due to the fact that we can now commit to fast warp-ins, and it's a really slow investment to commit into these fast pylons without gateways to get very, very fast reinforcements across the map, on par with your opponent's warp-ins. And with that, we're now getting into game number 4, going to be loading into Blackrock. Now, this is a larger map, a bit of a larger map, but it's also very open when it comes to the 3rd and 4th base, if we can get there. Like, we're still expecting, like, 1 base all-ins, 2 base all-ins, like, we're expecting that trend to continue. If we do end up in a longer game, then things can get a little bit more interesting. They can get interesting when it comes to the 3rd, but, again, we'll see if we get there. We'll see. As spawning in the top right-hand corner of BlackRock, we have the South Korean Protoss player, the Red Protoss, representing Streamer Zone down in the series. Can he bounce back and force the ace match? It is a NightMare. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the blue Protoss player, the South Korean Protoss, representing Protoss Pro. It is Classic. Here we go. Whew. As we're getting into game number 4 here. Classic is up 2-1 in this series, and again, it's been very intense games, very fast games as well. A lot of aggression, a lot of all-ins, whether it's 1-base play, 2-base play. Coming into game number 4, though, we'll see how our players do adjust. Once again, we're getting ready for our 2-gate openers, but we'll keep an eye on the placement of the pylons. Where are we going? I feel like for the most part we've been seeing that Classic is a lot more willing to play more defensive early on and at least build up to 2 bases and to very commonly go into faster Robo play and faster Immortal play. At the same time, NightMare has been so much more willing to just play 1 base all in. We've seen it twice so far this series. Do we see it again? Do we see it again? For now, 2-gate. We have our gateways. We're moving out. Oh, I saw that rally though. Classic moving out here towards the right-hand side is veering off. You have my attention. Yeah, it does veer off to the right. For the first time this series, we've seen fake proxy pylons. We have yet to really see a real like proxy robo or something like that from Classic. Based on our positioning here, do we go proxy robo or Stargate? Again, the rush distance by air is quite short, so Stargate would be viable. Rush distance by ground isn't too far away either. For a robo, I mean. For now, we're leaning towards Stargate, but we'll see, we'll see. Waiting for the Cybercore. Just waiting for the Cybercore at the same time, at NightMare just chilling back at home. Has yet to even go for a Probe Scouts. It's going to be Stalker Adept out of NightMare, double Adept out of his opponent, out of Classic. And what's it going to be? And it is Proxy Robo. 1 base all in. Let's go. Again, the rush distance by ground isn't too bad here from Classic. I mean, we've seen him even go Proxy Robo from even further away from this than this. But 1 base all in. Proxy Robo for the first time this series. Now, my big concern, if you noticed, NightMare, he has seen nothing. Like 0 scouting at a NightMare. No probe scout whatsoever until now. Will he come across this? Oh. The Adept is gonna... Oh! Oh, he sees! He sees! Wow, the main path here does get eyes on the Robo. Big scout here by NightMare. He knows, he's aware. Whew, okay. Uh oh. No wall. The MVP probe. No wall of Adept does shade into the main. Probe's gonna be going down. How many do we get? 3. At least 3. 1, 2, 3 probes gonna be falling. Do we get 4? Do we get 5? No shot. 5 probes go down. Do we get 6? 6 probe kills. Oh my god, the all-in might have been scouted, but that is 6 workers going down. Behind this Stargate opener out of NightMare has been scouted, going for a 3rd gateway as well, staying over on base, but Classic, he will almost confirm. Almost scouts. We do have a proxy pylon across the map. NightMare can counterattack. And bienvenidos, welcome to Sturgeon, Sturgeon UK. God, baby God. Thank you so much for the raid. Hope you had a great stream. Hope you had a great ladder session. I did see you were grinding the ladder on the new patch. Hope you had a great time. Welcome to the grand finals of the, I almost said the RSL. Sturgeon, of course, is one of the big faces and the big names over at RSL. So thank you so much for what you do for the scene. Your casting, papi. Gracias, gracias. Hope you had a good time. Welcome to the grand finals of the WardiTV Monday. The grand finals, los grand finales. It's been a very intense PvP, very intense. A lot of 1 base all-ins, 2 base all-ins, as you can imagine, on the new patch. Speaking of, Classic is going for said 1 base all-in. 2 Adepts do shade into the main. Yeah, they shade into the main base. A couple of volleys were a little bit off sync there, but there we go. 3 probes going to be going down. At the same time, Classic moving in, has high ground vision, and we'll take down the pylon. Slowly working his way through. NightMare reactively did throw down that Stargate. Getting up to 2 Phoenixes. He can lift. He can try. It does go for the sentries. Force field still does connect. Not good enough though. So as they move in, They catch one. They catch one sentry so far. Gateway does fall down to 2 gates. Again, 2 gates left here for, sorry, 1 gate left for NightMare. Yeah, down to 1. Just warping in 1 unit at a time, going for the sentry, going for the force field. Didn't he get a 3rd gateway in the main? Am I crazy? Am I thought he did. Did he cancel? I saw we saw him throw it in the gateway in the main. But regardless, down to 1 gateway. Oh, let's go. Wardi's on the way. Backup gate as well. There is still that 1 force field. Is now spent. Phoenixes, they get a bit of hull damage on the prism. A little bit of damage. And zoning classing away, buying time. The Void Ray is about to pop out. But there's still plenty of anti-air here is the issue. There's still 6 Stalkers. Others still warping in. Void Ray is revealed. And there's still one more force field. Yeah, still 1 more. Nice lift. Yeah, it does lift the Immortal, does get caught. It's a massive catch. Immortal goes down, but F-State busts into the mineral line. Oh no! Does get the Immortal, but we'll lose 7 probes in the main. Ay, ay, ay. 8 probes going down. Massive economic damage. Classic expands. The all-in is over. Again, NightMare did a great job holding here, but it did not matter. It did not matter. The economy is crippled. Classic does not need to move in. Not anymore. Not anymore, papi. Oh. Doesn't quite get that prism. And now we're building up pro production. Twilight Council's on the way. We're taking up. Getting further ahead. Again, there are plenty of force fields here to wall off the ramp, but it doesn't matter. Oh, instead he gets caught out. Yeah, NightMare gets caught instead. Oh, who catches who? Sentry for 2 Stalkers. Better trade for NightMare. We'll lose another Stalker, though. And considering his economy here, this is so much worse for NightMare. He cannot afford this. Another force field. Oh, Phoenix pulls away. Yeah, a little bit messy here. Oh, no. Who is it? No. Is it me? Palmy. Feels bad, man. Palmy, he was lagging out earlier. He's one of our European casters. Has been having some latency issues, but to be honest, I mean, the Classic is miles ahead. Like, it's still fine. Breaking the main army. GG gets called. GG gets called, and Classic, he will claim the series 3-1. And Classic, he will become this week's WardiTV Monday champion. GG. GG, well played. Congratulations, Classic. He will claim the series. My condolences, NightMare. We had an intense back and forth, a lot of aggression, a lot of 1 base all-ins, 2 base all-ins. Very little macro play here between our 2 players, as is expected in PvP, especially in that current patch. But alas, we saw that NightMare, even though he scouted the proxy, he saw the robo ahead of time, we saw that he was unable to keep up with the Adept aggression. Adepts, they just shaded into the main base 1 too many times, so many pros went down, and even though NightMare did a great job holding onto the ramp, he failed to defend the mineral line. He lost so many probes to the point where it didn't matter that he was defending the ramp. In the end, Classic was just outscaling him, had a greater economy, higher worker count, and of course, that natural base as well. GG. GG, well played. Congratulations to Classic. You will claim the series. My condolences, NightMare. But I will say, though, great job for NightMare advancing on to the grand finals like this. NightMare, he's not really a player you expect to see make it this far. So very well done. A very impressive performance here by NightMare. GG. GG, well played, especially considering that he retired, quite some time ago. And again, NightMare, he's less active. He's less active than Zaun, than Hero, than Classic. So really well done. GG. GG, well played. Catching up on the rest of the bracket here, we can see the run of our players from the top. We did have NightMare making it through Trap and Bjorn. We, of course, were fortunate enough to cover both those series. Had a very intense back and forth between NightMare and Bjorn, of course. Very, very, very back and forth. In the end, NightMare did come out on top. And likewise, saw that PvP between NightMare and Trap as well, which also was just full of aggression and full of 1 base play. Just catching up. Trap beating Hero, goddamn. This is a bit of a PSA, if Sturgeon is still in the chat. Trap did defeat Hero, that is true. Hero did off race, so just just bear to put that into context. Hero did play Zerg for game one. Hero played Zerg for game one, lost game one, then he switched to Protoss. But there's some further context to that series. Yeah, Hero was having fun. He was having fun, but still an impressive result for Trap for sure. Still impressive, but yeah, did play some Zerg. Este Sturgeon. Had a good stream. Ah, let's go. Glad to hear. Glad to hear. It's half a standard victory. Yeah. For sure, for sure. But with that, GG well played. With that, congratulations to our players. Likewise, if you maybe missed out on the Shin versus Classic series, we saw a lot of Sky Toss. If you were around, Sturgeon especially, I mean, maybe something to come, something to keep an eye on for RSL. If you're around for 2021 era of StarCraft, we saw a lot of Void Rays, we saw a lot of Sky Toss, a lot of Sky Toss rushes out of Classic, and Shin had a harder time engaging and trying to keep up with that growth that Classic was able to get into, going into triple Void Ray production into Mass Carrier. Not just once either. We saw a lot of Sky Toss, and Classic did shut Shin down. But again, when it comes to the latest patch, we've been seeing a lot more Sky Toss rushes, whether it's Mass Void Ray or Mothership rushes. We saw that a lot from Hero last week. A lot of, you know, experimental play and a lot of Stargate based play in recent times with PvZ. So might see more of that in RSL. We'll see, depending on whether or not we get a hotfix before that does occur. But again, with that, thanks for watching, thanks for tuning in, we do appreciate it. We are wrapping up here for the evening. Again, this is the WardiTV Monday, and it is live on a weekly basis. Usually it's on Mondays, today's on Tuesday because of Home Story Cup. But starting next week should be back to Mondays. Likewise, when it comes to RSL, qualifiers already concluded, and the main season of RSL is beginning this weekend, I believe, the group stage. So do check that out. Again, Sturgeon's going to be covering that alongside GGE Mini and Tasteless over on their respective channel. So do check that out. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Thanks so much for tuning in. We do appreciate it. It is very late here in Australia. Love to get some rest, love to get some veg. When it comes to our next broadcast here, it should be in a couple of hours time. Bam, as you can see, we're going to be live tomorrow morning. This will be in around 9 hours with Pegasus Cup. Pegasus Cup is tomorrow morning. Expect to see some similar players. Now, we did notice that for today's WardiTV Monday, we did have very few Europeans. A lot of them hungover. They had a lot of them, you know, they were busy over the weekend with Home Story Cup, so they're all still traveling, they're all still resting, recovering. I would say there's still a low chance that we see players like MaxPax and Clem and some of the other Europeans. I mean, I guess MaxPax is more available, but we'll see. We'll see if they're able to stay up in time and compete in Pegasus Cup. This WardiTV Monday was very Korean heavy due to all that travel that was occurring and due to all the intensity over the weekend. So we'll see if some of the Europeans are available for the Pegasus Cup as well. We'll see. Likewise, we have the podcast tomorrow evening, and we have Home Story Cup replay coverage over the course of the week, leading into Crank Gathers over the weekend as well. Crank Gathers, for those that are unaware, we covered the qualifier last week. It was a lot of fun. It is a StarCraft Evolution tournament featuring the best players in the world. We do have players like Hero, Serral, Raynor, Maru. The best players out there are going to be competing in a team league in Crank Gathers. Do look forward to it. Again, that'll be over the weekend. We have SDO and STC as well. Otherwise, thanks for watching. If you want to support us, you can do so by following us on all the socials, _socials in the chat. You can follow us on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, all things CranKy Ducklings. We upload on YouTube on a daily basis. And of course, do check out the GSL-CK VOD, as we did cover GSL-CK yesterday, and it was a pretty intense night of StarCraft. It was crazy. Definitely things to maybe even be concerned about when it comes to what happened last night. It was wild, man. It was wild. Do check it out. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys tomorrow for some Pegasus Cup. See you tomorrow. Until then, thanks for watching. Hasta luego. Ciao, papi, ciao. Hasta luego. See you next time.